Yenia Musa Dankwa Global Info Analytics. One hwehwemu se de bia no one de o hye ase enye ne na odi hwehwemu aba kire se Ghana for say no musu hu John Dramani Mahama say na Ghana for hu John Dramani Mahama na memo ne ekosen corruption na ekosen afen so otisi mu say ene John Dramani Mahama ni ho a why na ebia dodo na pen say obe replace John Dramani Mahama. Very interesting discussions and research and our findings no kire say John Dramani Mahama anywhere why na ebetimi a take over na nkofo kire say ase edu nketia ebi say Professor Jane na ebi kire Cassiel ato forcing nanso den research ne say kai say research de etimi sesa te say na yebo John Dramani Mahama abaso no ebetimi aduru ba bi na Ghana fo no mo bo na abaso se enkoyi kai se edrume bi na Nana Dodanko Akufo-Addo in 2017 no na approval rating ending over 72%. I just said now you Ghana for 10 siwa emu 7 say why ade. That was the early stages of Nana Dodanko Akufo-Addo. But Nana Akufo-Addo be free so no now the Ghana for 10 siwa emu 9. That is 90%. And I say enyoma enkoyi. 90%. And I say enyoma enkoyi. And the fact say Ghana for over 60%. They say we Ghana for 10 emu 6 say John Dramani Mahama ya dear. Now obetimi maintain you odibeka ho anase esote. So we share analysis and over the years enyoma esina in pempi no e sha ase yi. But na wie ye no enhye da nye papa. Enti ebusa say John Dramani Mahama say Ghana for dodo na say so far a year na onim surprisingly ye ka corruption na Nana Dodanko Akufo-Addo wo ho no na president Nana Akufo-Addo na so ye no na Ghana for susu say corruption pa no omuni police for e na eko ope institution na ye corrupter Nana Dodanko Akufo-Addo ne breso no presidency ho no mususu se ketahye ewo ho e na police for there no maji omudin pa but surprisingly this time around no enyoma esesa in fact almost say omomiye less corrupt no I intense no na John Dramani Mahama ni ministers and in appointees because unshare Dante say so far Yebeka say John Dramani Mahama minister bi and I say na appointee bi ako fiska and ako wiesika Ghana for do na susu say corruption no John Dramani Mahama ya de fight better than Nana Dodanko Akufo-Addo de no nemom the issue of galamsey dear still na Ghana for susu say John Dramani Mahama enya de John Dramani Mahama enya de intimpacho over Facebook ye de to enche ye ni Musa Dankwa odi ye ni Musa Dankwa ebetwetwe enkomo na wakyerɛkyerɛ mu ye ono na de research no aba enti ye be jesu or Eugene say to the fact checker head of research oba be kan yensa na ye busa ye ho de ekoso ekyerɛ san me kai say aheya na ne ye research researcher na NPP for no oyam say enye papa afi de eye papa no afi no omote nyoma na ye kanase won say ye de enye de wo feel eye de research no now so surprisingly BBC wa ha o share research ni mu a obia ebia 9 yemfa say how many regions 16 regions no 15 regions ni nyina se ekoi no ba Ashanti region kwa de a omo se John Mahama nya de tese bibia no ba Ashanti region kwa de a omo nka bebre ema NDC. I was surprised say sanity the intina all the other regions can be big fofro but no ba Ashanti region there oma omni omudi enkomo no omo say John Mahama nya de asemo true yem so be de na yama wo akwanya abusa say wan kasa John Mahama 3 months Who say oya ade anaso onya ade. Yemma serial callers bi amfre MPP ni NDC fo bi amfre. Yebema neutral people and afre na wankasa wabusa. Na onim de ekoso ade ba ko ese hu kra ne se. O share research na Yera Musa Dankwa ede by director Info Global Analytics no ode bana. Say even in the eastern region yesusu say eye MPP no say NDC ya take over. And you say a cast stronghold of MPP eye there ya mayenkwa ahoma no so na ni Musa Dankwa executive director Global Info Analytics cover by ono na year research from timer MPP for betu mu primaries Agyapong Alan Bawumia or de by John Dramani Mahama ni busuafo and na elections no so be kaya some na no mu predict say be ko run off ebia Bawumia be wini ebia say no ono nko an ye ni di nkomo ka say e one touch Emma John Dramani Mahama mayembusa ni say research we abey e kire say ora Musa Dankwa machi NC Riot fan. Ojo bibia boko de.
Adum.
Great. Yet wa na no me hu say o Facebook o de current research ababa beto. Research ni ye den na pese hu ansa ne akọ details ni mu.
You weigh the normal regular annual tracking poll. Every 90 days no. Nan a big here say be starting in January. But yet January no. And up to now 90 days. And we a normal tracking poll every 90 days no. And on I yet. The last time I be October 2024 before the elections.
Enti enyoma ben na mudi gina ho na mo hwe efasa national pool ni.
You know, you want to be a DDR, you quite bisa, so that you can compare now the time, Mahama time, and even well beyond this gentleman. You need to say direction of the country, the performance of the president, among for them at the sense, standard of living. Omo GD say a bay improve one. Because about currently the corruption in Ghana today. Maybe some say, oh my, abino or born homeworking in the fight against corruption one. So we question the and also, how do you think the government is performing? The whole government is performing. But a bribu near the topical it should be aka. How could it down there? But we a constant question and going forward, no. The NPP and NDC primaries will also feature every 90 days.
Interesting. Now, yanko national one answer near ba MPP ni NDC no. So national one no. Na nkofo chere say corruption asem no John Mahama fighting year and answer day.
Yes. Oshe the first question this almost say. It almost say corruption and ne at the same Ghana ha. Eko form. Ana eko suru. Ana bibi jina biya taane jina biya ne jina. Ana se one opinion. It remarkably majority of voters say eko form. Inti a clear shows Mamima figure, I mean, NC Riot fan. About 59%, in fact, 56%, it is improving. Corruption is improving in Ghana today. In October 2024, no, Omo is improving, not 20%. And net a 56%. Almost is getting worse, no. Net a 52% in October. I feel a 14%. So clearly, something has happened. What the regions are, in fact, every region except Bono and Omam say same and those things Omam say is improving. But in every region, majority saying say is improving, including Ashanti region. 51% of Ashanti region voters are now saying say corruption in Ghana is improving. Now, Ubisa said, is the government fighting corruption enough? This current government. Omar said, yes, a 59%. Not a 29% in October last year. Omar say, a bino and fighting corruption. October, now 62. I feel a 26. Something has changed.
Interesting. On the issue of corruption, so far, Ghana Fosu said John Mahama born home more day, change the name Dadano.
Sanity.
See a share direction of the country, say on mino koye, and I say enkoye na. Mitimi who be ha, say, as I say, Nyoma koye kakra, say 62%. As against 31%. And no just saying.
Why didn't get a horn. It be almost mining in a cost piano. Or more GDS a quiet number. A papa so and I say a quiet a sword through. October no. Or mamma say a sword through. Not a 62%. I feel only at 26%. Oma must say a numbers on a papa so now 31. I feel a 52. Name my sister.
Abino so modern mono. It appears say Ghana forces to say abino air bono home modern. A son a tier regions in Nana.
Main check, but it's likely going to be the same because Mahama modern bo air across regional, and the government is doing even higher than Mahama. Then it means across all the regions, no, that would be the perception.
Interesting. Now, me who said Galamsey a Simbi womb. The end of Ghana for can ever Galamsey who.
It be so was a Mahama Bay across and I say Swati, Galamsey and Semi. The whole Ghana. 38% say, oh, a Swati. And 10% say, there be a Kosovo. Into Ocean, plus 28% say, a Swati nationally. But the Ocean, more Galamsey regions, Omadrian, are slightly different. 28% say, oh, Galamsey, Samano, I improve a co-form. But 25% say, a Kosovo. We are Galamsey regions. Into Ukraine Buma, or more feel say I improve no and I say a no, or more through by just 3%.
Interesting. Adeba Kwa me finding interesting was corruption perception score. There were various institutions here, what Ghana ha. Say Ghana police, immigration, judiciary, tax for local government, business executive, EC, traditional leaders, parliament, prisoners, military, presidency, religious leaders, ministers. Interestingly, no, still our Ghana police for the topic, our Ghana for so say omune corrupt, immigration for etoso. Now about courts. Courts on still na Ghana for so say corruption. T Ghana police, immigration, courts, Ghana Revenue Authority, hey, local government representative, Wonomuwa Assembly. I mean, the first five, no, mintiase because minim say or maybe abekoya, o police a discipline, immigration ye discipline, court ye discipline, wonomuji ye discipline, wonomuti assembly ye discipline, betimi akwenim. Na Ghana for so say sanko for numia medical boom first five for me na ye corrupt dia e twan for ni be ne kire
it's a problem for judiciary and the police to be where they are And with the police, I think it's been like that. So, but the judiciary are sometimes almost safeguard the public interest. Moved from 5th position last year on the Afro barometer to 3rd position in the current poll. Meaning, say, the perception about the corrupt practices is getting worse.
Then so akoso ne say Ghana forces who say court here corrupt, police here corrupt, immigration here corrupt. One of them to here corrupt, one more assembly here corrupt. Omuba also ba from hakakra won say ahemfo no kra nso so maka ho asem say omu nso ka corruption no ho. Parliament MPC nso bobo prison service bobo. But oba one na omu so say ekoye corruption ne wo from pana as compared to last year na yehu se na Akufo-Addo de ne ka ho no. We realize say Ghana forces who say soldiers, president, asofo and religious leaders, imam and ministers and government officials so far no almost say Ghana forces who say na corruption no any hobby. I am quite surprised. Then answer sir.
I think I'm very surprised too, because traditionally we are corrupt, minister corrupt, but we have seen a dramatic shift. And those at the bottom are mostly the political class, the presidency and the ministers. So it means that among for a different perception about the current president and his team at the Jubilee House. And also about the people that he has appointed as ministers and the head of public institutions. So it's a very good place to start as a group.
Because at the end na esia Ghana for susu say Nana Akufo-Addo aban no mususu say or you corrupt all of a sudden John Mahama de almost say e wo form.
Oshe Ejuma Ura for I think it contributes to this kind of sentiment. And some of the things are in terms of national security, arrest, AG, prosecution, arrangement. We now can and that kind of good perception for them.
Interesting. Now, Yemra dampare die no so. As a dampare nkofo ka se obomodin pa enso so Ghana for now so support si yi ni free ho. Menti ase nipa o so ma ya ade. But o sha Ghana for now se there bi ye no.
It became a modern ball in relation to the elections. And our rating is very, very high. But Omwa can say, maybe, Nanka beside these questions before we Nanka a different story. But people tend to side with the president because they support the president. They think he has better judgment and better information to make a decision than they themselves.
Interesting. Now, Bakwa Mesheye, now we are coming into the locals, NPP ni NDC no. But let's look at Bakwa and I think said that was a brilliant work. Na opese ubusa se ene yes to aba between John Mahama and Dr. Bawumia bibi betimi asesa anase ne bia yemfa nse afeni ese beto aba ebia de ye keka bibi betimi asesa. It was interesting say as still na no ye to aba na John Mahama besapo Dr. Bawumia from Edian Kwana Dr. Bawumia ye Edian Kwana John Mahama why ya say still na no ne vim was rosa
minimum. But Oceania about 62%. And in fact, 66% said they approve of the way he's doing his job. So, and you're surprised to say, he will get 59%.
Interesting. Nti ene ese koto aba Ghana for besa to ama John Mahama.
Yes, I'm better among
Dr. Bawumia no mumpena asema na ase die nko a.
And yet easy questions like that too. What happened in the last election one? Didn't hear Mahama really landslide one. Pola etrese. Omo ananka omkoto ama Bawumia kurano. Omuduru hono about 17%. Example.
Ah, menti ase.
Ibisa omo say abato no nanka hwan na we wa bi say obeto ama no. Ena uduru hono hwan na oto ma no. Omo ye ma din say obeto ama Bawumia. Emu 82.9% per ena omuduru hono omoto ma no. So roughly 17% omuduru hono almost 17%. That is very huge.
I say bia mesi meto ama Bawumia ba medru na no adwan sesa na to Mahama.
Yes.
Hey. Ado yo medru ana.
40% of people who had planned to vote for Bawumia ended voting for Mahama on the election day.
Interesting.
Oba omuye nana kwa mbedi akwa. Omuduru hono 32% of his supporters etuma Mahama.
Hey, oma no mo ye cheda no.
Cheda for. Omo ana mo ye Alan no 30% etuma Mahama.
Ah. Alan for no
30% etuma Mahama.
Alan for na kometo ama Alan 30%.
Yes.
I see.
Omo kuma CPP. A move 50% and to almost to Mahama.
CPP for ne say I mean say a party na gu ti na ye dey be sesan.
Omo na kotoma Dr. Yaregano. A move 42 omuduru hono almost to Mahama. Omo to ma Tumberima. Omuduru hono 57% at Mahama.
Asemaba.
So this is the reason why Mahama won landslide.
I see. Nese, is it about the message? And then let me come to that because minim say ba kubi nso abusaye na person who dey ente ma NPP elusuye and minim say already we hear some social media publicly me who say na Akufo-Addo, but this particular research we ye actually be say as a defeat na NPP defeat ye no na Akufo-Addo a key stakeholder didn't you know more kasa because minim so omugu so ko round say busabusa nkofo de ntie ma omulusu ye omugu so mani abre but still na confirm say nipa kora o ma omu defeat enya san kugo na hwe pa no ayo man kasa the leader which was Nana Danko Akufo-Addo de nko ano ye ya so bad still na Ghana 4 point say onwa na obi abehwe Bawumia de no na Bawumia de na ewo fom mi wan so nka Bawumia nim na ewo ballot paper no so tie den na nkofo to aba wobra new face yet almost na Akufo-Addo ntina Bawumia lose ye.
I mean, we share anecdotal evidence and indeed analysis. Bawumia was running on the performance record of Nanado. So whatever the people perceive Nanado to have performed is what Bawumia was going to run on. And let me do what key decisions are Mampeni one take. For example, Ken case is a big issue. You can't blame Bawumia for not sacking Ken. That is obvious. And also Ahimfo. Sometimes I mean it didn't go down well. Even look at the way he spoke when he went to Kwabre East. Nanka Odna Tikitimua, I think he was on ballot on Kasa. So those things were also people regret them and got a bit disappointed.
Michelle Waha na over Facebook and Pachobra say afena do afidi atoa many executive director Global Info Analytics, one of the credible institutions a omo yenhwehwemu efa amanyo sem ho ehye se omampanya wote so say na Ghana fosi hu no say na Ghana fosi hu institutions ye ni omo ye adwuma or tie the back 3 months bia no dia ba to the bia month bia no release e ma ye hwe de Ghana fosusu so be kai a papa e de ba ya kopim say ye to aba ne ye NPP for do na credit din na tem ka so nim de oka ombia ka de obeka ka nkofo kra ka tense ono otini ba bi no ye lotto forecasting ba minim adwuma papa we onna a oye in fact to the bia time e be di nkomo ene ba bi onenam no na comforting crying Kumase yes we are breaking the 8. But the point is that the for now the abano church so far Kofosu said John Dramani Mahama or Bon Homoden it will be munemum galam say issues in the Ghana for no reservations. But Osha institutions almost say corrupt no. First na nanke na kufu adu na sweye but he say eswati ba from pa nemum sela police ne court ne Ghana Revenue Office for the immigration there yesemo the corruption mu de adware munye ma adwen se mbesesa ntunde megum ho anim asesa no problem but ye gusu a ye keka no ye drew level a nkofo pese omuhu die nti ne ma NPP lusu ye jefa eno project ye no sisi ana afi yenko afi NPP ni NDC die ni mu timini musa dankwa na etwetwe nkomo oba Facebook aye de to hwe enoma according to the credible poster musa dankwa enoma ema NPP elusu ye yenhwe the factors no na afi yemra NPP ni NDC no say why na ye likely is it Agyapong is it Bawumia oba NDC mu nso a why na ye ka no ho asem now oba ha oba say ya why mu ne ma anade ne ma MPP lusu ye musa dankwa amene na twetwe nkomo busa questions bi de nti ne ma MPP lusu ye ode nyoma bi toto ho ne friend thematic areas bebia opesa wo he no first obusa ye na na Akufo-Addo Kenoforiata Dr. Bawumia Napo Aban mu nkrofo MPs Agyapong o share research na eba na so we wona ye buso mu no Ghana for Tennessee wa emu 6 and emu 7 de almost say na na Akufo-Addo de etosu mienu enye Bawumia o eye Kenoforiata de etosu miensa enom so say eye Bawumia po anompo no we Ghana for 10 na omususu say emu 3 and emu 4 ne susu say Bawumia but ye elections na Bawumia ni na so but emu 7 there 6 to 7 there omeka kire say na na Akufo-Addo na ponso ka ho na aban mu nkrofo nso ka ho na MPs ka ho na Agyapong there ne eye kakra bi Musa so nese still na na Akufo-Addo ho abufuo unsu say eno so ka ho na asama Bawumia brei
and correct because almost not na nado and almost untimi ngine ho ma enye yi and that is the problem.
Interesting right now for the last 3 minutes here enka bibi kakra oh yeah another research on MPP for no MPP there now busa say 2028 why na likely say obetimi lead MPP menim say Agyapong na unity Bawumia nso obekọ mate say honorable Dr. Yawadutu nso enya obekọ Kwabena Agyapong honorable Brian Champong and honorable Francis Adenimu na ade umutu obe 6 still na no NPP internally omo prefer Dr. Bawumia. Is that the case?
Yeah, that is the case so far from the data. Early days, but it's a good start for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia nationally and among NPP4. Ofia, he has about 57% support within NPP. But Ofia Swan, among NDC, no, or 44%. But that number, no, you should read that with very, very skepticism. Because NDC former say, no. Because of Philip obey for another then genuinely. And also no, the figures are quite tricky.
Interesting. Ain't he still no Agyapong beko, but still na delegates MPP for no. Omo likely so mechu Bawumia.
I mean, we haven't spoken to delegates yet.
Okay.
We are general voters.
Okay. Oh, okay.
The delegates who you be would never. I'm gonna fuck from Swaba. We are gonna fight it is so called Banwa for the dynamics no early days, but going forward you will see.
My maybe something quite this for the anymore. Dr. Bawumia Elidia. Ususu say onsen repeating na poana. Oh, Nana.
Yes. But over the data from every survey, he was a liability. But if you think you can turn liability to an asset, maybe we are another genius. You can do that.
Liability is say, oya this one ma Dr. Bawumia any NPP ana.
Yes, he didn't bring much vote.
It's say na po amfa bibia anka ho bebrisa.
No, really, no.
Nti eni kwan say Dr. Bawumia
me kasa.
Okay. I know you dey me kana say nka de mi busa. How about send a Ghana for who educhum oni omudi nkomo no?
No, we didn't ask open-ended question, but
okay.
Clearly about 12.5% are mentioning his name. And quite a good number. Obekaya Kennedy started the campaign. Now he was even lower than the Educhum.
Right.
So there is room for improvement. Going forward, we'll see what happens.
Interesting. Now, I'm NDC DMO. NDC no. Meaning say no the pressure pa and that also. I mean, I was thinking Senka. I said in Ketia no Mate because Mate I said in Ketia, Mate Chief of Staff Julius Debra, and Mate say Professor Nana Onokra say bia one John Mahama ne be free so. But interestingly, no, in MPP, you can say in NDC any Ghana for no much nkomo no. Almost to say Professor Jane Nana ebetimi a better replacement for John Dramani Mahama. Is that the case? Because there may be Professor Jane Nana lead, then followed by Haruna Idrisu, then Honorable Atofo Singh, Okuyeto Ablakwa, and then Johnson and Sedin Ketia, top 5 no, Onokrari. That's interesting.
Usha NDC race no clearly front runner Professor Jane Nana Opoku. But she's still doing below even 25%. And not say the NDC race no a wide open.
Imwebi.
And until now, we say be anywhere or try 25%. And Ocean the Air Force will know in case Jinana Kase Onkwa, the risk will be shaping by where her supporters will go to. And that could dramatically alter the face of the race as we see it in the post.
Wow. Nese metwasia me hu se waye general preference. But yenhwe wo hwe Gen Z for no. The new youth no new generation na yesu se Ghana ha no youth no ne dose no. Omuka bibi foforo kra and Jeff on to so mame.
Yes, wo hwe omu choose the new generation. Say what we old faces ni free more. How does the race look like? We are no sanwa you see said Haruna Idrisu then takes a lead, Atuforsin in second place, Ablakwa in third, Honorable Zinato Ajma Rollins in fourth, and Omani Buaman in fifth. So these are the top ranking new generation NDC leadership among for Echiro Madrian Falbo.
Wow. Mission new generation na nyamba ba mission new generation ye mabunu ne de as a mabunu ne de umpe Johnson say binkatia ne je na bia ni mahwe de omu pe so mu hwa ne emrante no and new generation ne de as omu pe Haruna Idrisu ne Atoforsin ene we okujeto Black Kwanso ye the third person na Zenato and then Dr. Omane Boama but Haruna Idrisu new generation the aso mo pɛ no nti akwakogina ɔno ne ato forcing so na say new generation ne de boys ne girls ne de omo nhye na mpɛ asedu nketia ne gin na nafsao ana.
You know, the response to your question lies in the demography of Ghanaian voters. How many voters in Ghana today are older voters who relate to the older people? And how many are young who relate to the young people? This is the new reality of the Ghanaian electorate.
Interesting. Nti samre say oye political party na o show about no anhwe ne ye according to youth population na ye wona na fa ne sa na bia koyi obi a wo muntimi ni relate bi o ya abrewa na o ya akokora ebia betimi ya ha party na nti asenu
it would really not augur well for you.
Meaning sir we ne ye na sase di wie no e de na wo se NPP fo e samre ya still na delegates no and as yenye delegates but Ghana fo susu say ebia Bawumia na ne betimi LED as against Agyapong oba ahane nso a omususu say bia Professor Jena na but new generation nso support youthful candidates as against enkokrane mrewafo na e dia futo na de be NPP ni NDC fo ne mfanyi
nana oni me deda me mfutu